matter whether it's a traditional or a new Christmas carol, you're going to hear him here, courtesy of the elves we have in the control room. This is Pat McMahon reminding you that we're going to introduce you to a couple of the best Christmas presents you could ever possibly imagine, and that is two little girls that could be a part of your family. Please stay around. We're going to introduce you in just a moment. And then Kevin Ray is going to be talking sports, or whatever it is that was played yesterday in the guise of NFL football. Brutal. If I eat a piece of candy every day, let's just say not a candy bar, but a chocolate, all right, is that necessarily always going to be bad for my teeth?
No, it's not. As long as you eat it, as long as you don't chew that piece of candy all throughout the day, it's all about frequency. And as long as you brush or rinse afterwards, then you're okay.
How many times should I brush?
Every time
day?
you eat.
Oh, really? You mean if I have a snack?
Ideally, yes.
Do you?
Yes. Most of the time. You were supposed to ask that.
Oh, that's funny.
I say, not as I do.
I'm a Catholic guy, so I recognize guilt instantly.
Okay, most of the time
that's one of the best expressions. We have to use that at the Christmas party. Becky Tran, famed dentist, responding to a hard-hitting question. Listen, let's get to the Christmas presents, okay? Show me toothbrushes.
Okay, toothbrushes. Like I said, anything that you actually use is going to be fine. The advantage of having an electric toothbrush, especially for older people, is that it's easier to hold.
Yes.
Or patients with disability. It is a little bit easier to hold.
Now, is this one that you recommend because of this kind of head as opposed to the long kind?
Yes. I like this one. This because it is smaller, and there's two different types of bristles. The inside bristles, which is it actually goes in and out like this, and the ones on the outside actually rotates around each tooth.
Does that help your gums too?
It does, because it's more tooth specific, and when you're going around each tooth, it does go underneath your gums a little bit, and that's what you want to do.
Should we start our kids off on this kind of electric toothbrush?
You don't have to, but it will make it more fun for the kids, and if that's, if it does that, then it's doing its job. And these are not very expensive at all for kids. And same thing with these. If you don't want to invest in, more expensive toothbrush for your kids, both of these are fine.
Right?
No, actually, these two are a little bit different. This one has a timer. This one is a little more powerful.
Yeah.
And these are the ones I would recommend for adults.
But that's more expensive.
It is, and this is probably about maybe $20, where this is about $150.
Is the real advantage, though, to electric toothbrushes that the ones with timers make sure that you have that 2 minutes that you insist on?
Yes, because a lot of times, we do this. Okay, it's done. I mean, kids and adults, right?
Sure.
But with the timer, it will tell you when it's time to put it down.
Yeah, this looks like for eyelashes.
No, this is my favorite out of all of the exciting dental products.
Yes. Why?
This is a tongue scraper.
It's my favorite.
Very, very underutilized.
I was just going to say it's my favorite because it looks inexpensive. But
it is.
Really? A tongue scraper?
Yes.
What is the advantage?
Never scraping your tongue is it's almost like never vacuuming your carpet. Your tongues have these little tiny papillae, and it's going to harbor a lot of bacteria, a lot of food.
So this improves your health and your breath?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, these are available at your office?
At any grocery store, pharmacy.
Okay, all right. So how often do you have to scrape your tongue?
Every day. And you will see a difference, I promise.
It sounds like a gag thing, though. It really does.
Start small, and you'll get used to it.
Okay.
But I promise, you will love it.
Okay, these are pain pills just in case you hurt me when I come to your office.
Of course not. There's
no
pain. Remember, Pat? These are disclosing tablets that are great for kids. They will chew on it, and it actually stains the plaque on their teeth.
Oh, so you can tell if they're hitting it right with the toothbrush.
Yes, and people don't use it as much as
Where do we get these?
They have them at the stores or at your dentist, and just ask them, and we'll give it to you.
Disclosing
tablets. Yeah.
Very quickly, listen, I tell you what, where should we start? And then we're going to kind of pan across this display. You want to start here?
Sure. As far as toothpaste, any brand you want is going to be fine. The only thing I tell people to look for is that you like the taste and that it has fluoride. That's the most important thing for toothpaste. But, any brand, it's going to work just fine. Over the counter, these are over the counter whitening strips or whitening tray, and this is the two different brands that I brought with me, Alco Fresh and the Crest whitening strips, which are both very popular.
Do these really work? Because otherwise, either dentists don't send their kids to college because you don't go to the dentist to have your teeth whitened, or we are told they may not necessarily work as well as the process at the dentist.
They don't, because the percentage is a lot lower, so you will never get the same result. I mean, it will work just a tiny bit, and what happens is you end up paying more and more and buying more and more, and you will still never get the same result.
Boy, here's the big display. This is the one that they claim everything in the world, that you're going to wind up with a terrific looking spouse, all of those things. Your breath is going to be sweet and wonderful with all of these different kinds of mouthwashes. Which is the one you recommend?
I like Listerine and Crest. Now, is it necessary? No. Most important thing is going to be the brushing, flossing, and using a tongue scraper. And then if you want that extra boost, then go ahead and rinse, but you don't have to, and that's what people don't realize. Is brushing, it just gives you that little extra freshness, but it's not going to take care of the bad breath, it's not going to take care of the plaque on your mouth or take care of decay.
But when do you start? When you have a brand new baby and maybe 1 or 2 teeth, do you start brushing that early?
Yeah, I would. I would to start, get them used to a toothbrush and having something in their mouth. Absolutely.
And if you're not sure, of course, Vicki Tran also has props in her office, just in case you say, well, wait a minute, what are these called back here, and what about that, like this? Or if Pat says something really funny, happy holidays. Hey, Vicki, you know what? I'm going to see you at your office because you finally convinced me it's time to come in.
In 2 weeks.
And I will. Oh, so you remembered, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right. My wife and I.
Party.
My wife and I are going to come in and watch television on the ceiling while we just relax, because it's simply dentistry. Hey, I want to introduce you to a couple of little girls, and they can be your little girls, but you can't see them yet, because I want to introduce you to Ameripsych first, who'll make all the arrangements.